And we're back. So there's some things I forgot to add. So I just want to take it back a little bit. When this gentleman dropped my daughter off at this woman that he was dating, I could have really ruined his life from then. I could have made sure that he was never around these kids again. Recording.
Hey yo, as soon as you get the cuffs off me, I'm gonna reach with the gun, nigga. Shoot me in my face, nigga. Let my son know that he's a gangster, nigga. I love him. Aaliyah.
What about Aria?
3 steps to the side, man. You're aggravating things.
Ben, shut up so you can get out.
So y'all better shoot me in my face, nigga.
Nobody wants to shoot you.
Please take him to the hospital. I'm asking professionalism, courtesy, respect. Please take him to the hospital.
That's what we're getting, right? Courtesy, professional respect.
No, but he needs help. He's inebriated. He might have alcohol poisoning. Please take him first. He needs help. So the fact that I'm being villainized up until today is very strange. The same man that I was going up to prisons to see, putting money on his books, bringing him packages, making sure he was good, had someone to talk to, rely on, to lean on when his family and his friends was not around at all. He became, what do they call it? What do they call when someone abused goes back to the abuser? Like, you literally got incarcerated so many times, and you went to the very people who incarcerated you to then take my freedom from me. And the reason why you wanted to take my freedom from me is because I wanted to be a mother, simply. It wasn't because I was trying to be with you. It wasn't because I was so in love with you and I couldn't get over you. This gentleman had a girlfriend since the time that I got into my situation with ACS. He was already messing with this girl. I didn't know it, but it came out after the fact. You already met her that July. So by October, for you to now start lying on me, pressing me, antagonizing me, just to get me out of the way. This whole thing was a setup. Because he was moving on and he had a new relationship, he wanted to get me out of the picture with my own kids. And I was not even seeing the forest for the trees. So here it is. I'm the doting single dad. Because one of his friends, unfortunately, who is no longer with us, he was a single father. He had taken his daughter on to live with because, unfortunately, these men, they're not men. They're boys. They stay at home with their parents and think their parents is what makes it all better. Or their parents are the buffer in between them stepping up to the plate and actually making sure that the woman they had kids with has somewhere to live. They go to their parents as buffers. And then they try to portray this image like they're these great dads. No, you're not a great father for not including the woman who had the child. You're not a great father for making sure you and the child has somewhere to live, but the woman doesn't. Who sat there close to death to have a child for you, and you go to your mother as a buffer so you could still be a boy, not yet a man. Yeah, let's talk about that. Then we have a man who is moving on with his life because he broke up with me, has a new woman, but he gets upset because I go to Houston with a man. You was with a woman in Miami, but I went to Houston to build my life for me and my kids, and you was mad. You got to pay attention to childish ways of these little boys. Still with this woman to this day. They just had a child. But do you think that's stopping him from keeping me from my kids, lying to the courts, paying a snake lawyer to lie on me just to keep me from my kids? So I'm going to tell the story of what happened after I got the ACS case. I'm going to court today. I've been fighting this family court system for almost 4 years. October will be 4 years. So it's damn near 4 years. Nobody got hurt. My kids were not hurt. The criminal court charged me with disorderly conduct, but the family court kept this case open for 4 years. And you guys want to vote for a black female president? Well, let me just say this, and I'm going to leave it here, and I'll be back to explain why I feel this way. I'm going right now. Court starts at 9:30. I'm on my way right now to present myself in front of a black female judge with locks in her hair, dark-skinned woman who has been making me and my kids' life hell for almost 4 years. And nobody is checking her. Because once you have a bench or any position in this government of power, nobody's checking you to make sure you're not violating people's rights. But thank God we're in an era of exposure. Thank God. Thank God we can tell our story on social media. Thank God. Thank God people can't get away with just outright violations anymore. I've been violated by the Queen's family court system. My lawyer has not spoken to me from June 13th to August 1st. I had to run her down. And then she got upset because I said, I haven't spoken to you. Things are happening with my children, and you're the only person that can fight for me. She told me she didn't need to speak to me because my trial was later on in August. Then she proceeded to say she's going to remove herself from my case when she hadn't helped me to do anything. She never even sent me the visitation orders. The court wanted me to see my kids one day every other weekend. So from Friday evening to Saturday evening, every other week. Nobody thought about children in this. Children that actually want their mother. Children that were never hurt by their mother. Children that have a mother stepping up for them. And a group of women that have no kids, but they have power. They have no birth children, but they have power. They get to tell a woman who had children when to see them, how to see them, who should be around them, and they don't even have children for themselves. Stay tuned. I'm going to let y'all know what this court says. Are they going to push this trial back again because my lawyer, my legal aid, took themselves off? And some of you guys are going to say, well, why don't you have a lawyer? How about I had about 7 consultations? They all want retainers of $5,000 and better. And actually, for my case, it's $10,000 and better. If you don't know what a retainer is, you have to have all that money up front. I have GoFundMes. Okay, if you want to sponsor the GoFundMe, you can do that. I'll put it in the description box. I can't afford $10,000. I live in New York. I got to pay rent. I have to make sure I stay afloat. This is the judicial system, ladies and gentlemen. So if you ask me if I'm voting for Kamala, I'm going to say I'm not voting for anyone, especially not a woman in power. Because just because I'm a woman doesn't mean a woman is going to respect and value my journey if she hasn't been through the same journey. I love y'all. I'll be back.